In today's Procreate tutorial, we're creating a pair of whimsical little acorns nestled among branches and trees, complete with their own quirky conversation happening between them. This illustration is all about doing more with less. We'll be working with just 5 colours in a limited palette, using smart colour choices and plenty of texture to bring these scenes to life. I'll show you how to use subtle shading and brushwork to build charm and personality without overcomplicating things. To make it easy to follow along, I've included a free Procreate colour palette and a sketch to get you started. And the brushes I'm using are listed in the description below, but feel free to use whatever you prefer. I have set my colour profile and canvas dimensions to the following settings. Let's jump in. So let's just go to our sketch group here, and for each layer I'm just going to switch it to multiply and take it down to about 30 or 40%. I'll do the same for each layer. Right, so let's just close this group and let's create 2 new layers. Select both group. We'll rename this one. I'll call it Acorn 1. Select the bottom layer. I'm going to select the sleek marker, add around size 12 or 13% is fine here. And for the color, I'm going to select this second color from the left. And I'm just going to create an outline of the acorn. And let's fill that in with color. And let's just close this group momentarily. Select the sketch group. I'm just going to take that group and pop it on top. Let's go back to this layer here. And the color that I'll select is this brown color. And I'm going to do the same for the cap. And I'll fill that in with color. I'm just going to go in here and just extend it. I'll just round off the shape like so. Okay, let's create a new layer on top. I'll select this lightest color in the center. I might just take down the size a tad. And let's do the eyes. Let's create a new layer. I'll use the bumpy inker at around 26%. I'll select this color second from the right, and let's add some eyeballs. And a mouth. Now let's use the gritty crayon at around 7%. I'll select the second color on the left, create a new layer, and we're just going to add this gorgeous pattern to the cap. And before I continue, I'm just going to turn the sketch off for now. I'm going to turn this layer back on. I'm going to select this layer here, Acorn 1, and let's duplicate it and rename this. I'll call this Acorn 2. Select this layer here. Actually, before we do that, we'll just we'll select the entire group here. Choose the arrow tool. We're going to move this so we duplicate it up, and we're just going to flip horizontal, and use this green circle to change the angle, like so. And I'm going to turn the sketch layer off for now. Select this layer here. Then select the pink color on the left. Let's grab it and just drop it on the second acorn. So we just select this layer here now, and keeping that pink color, let's zoom up here. We're going to drop this pink color on these shapes here. Continue filling. So we just continue tapping on all the yellow bits so we can change it to pink. Now let's close this group, create 2 new layers, select both, group, rename, we'll call this speech, bubble, select the bottom layer. We're going to keep the pink color. We will select the raw pen for this job. Add size 54. Let's go to the sketch layer, turn on speech. We can turn all the other layers off apart from speech for now. And let's do the speech bubble. Let's fill that in with color. There's a little line around that, just a threshold, but I can just go like that quite quickly just to fill it in. Let's now select the wet and dry brush, and around 36 or 37% is fine. Let's select the brown color. In the sketch group, select trees. Close these groups. Create 2 new layers. Select both, group, rename, trees. Select the bottom layer. And we're just going to draw the tree branches in. Just make sure that you've got that bottom layer selected. So I'm just going to grab the brush, start drawing, and at the end, don't release it. Don't release the pen off the canvas. Determine your endpoint and then release it. And I'll do the same for some of the other branches. Draw the line, hold, then decide on your endpoint. Now I'm just going to take this brush down to about 22%, and I'll go back to acorn 1, select that, new layer, and we're just going to put a twig in. Let's select the brush, like so. I'll select acorn 2 now, select this layer, create new layer. Actually, I'm just going to go back to acorn 1 and create a new layer. I'm just going to create a slightly different shaped twig. Let's close all of these groups. Create 2 new layers. Group, rename, rename, green. Sorry, take that back. Alright, leaf, green, 1. Select the bottom layer, sleek marker, add around size 10%. I'll select this last color here, we need to make sure we've got our leaf layer turned on. Trees can come off. And we're just going to create this leaf here. Just make sure that this is on about size 10. And let's fill that in with color. Now let's select this layer here. I'll use the dry brush at around 4%, the lightest color in the center, and we're just going to add a few lines like so. At this stage we can turn the sketch layer off. Now let's choose this brush here, Magic Rugged Texture, at around size 13. Let's select this green. You can just press and hold to sample the color. I'm going to go to the color wheel, so just the disc, color disc. I just select a slightly darker green down from there, and I'll select this layer, create a new layer on top, and I'm just going to add this really gorgeous texture to the leaf. Actually, before I do, let's make this a clipping mask. So select that layer, press here, clipping mask. And for those of you who don't know, I'll quickly explain how a clipping mask works. Whatever we place on layer 31 will be contained to this leaf shape on layer 28. So let's add this gorgeous texture. So let's just quickly grab this layer where we've placed the texture. I'm just going to select multiply and just play around with the opacity slider. So just take it down to where you think you might like it. I might keep it at around 40%. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to duplicate this leaf a few times. So just move that here. So just close all of the groups so you can see what we're doing. Grab this, select this group, and I'll duplicate it. I'll rename this, call it green, leaf green 2. Choose the arrow tool over here, and let's move that duplicate. And I'm going to use this green circle to rotate it. Rotate it some more. I just want it to fit in nicely here. You can also take it down in size a little bit, so just grab it from one of the sides, one of the corners I should say, and then you can scale it down. I'm just going to play around with this a little bit more, just so it fits in here. Make it a little bit smaller, change the angle. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'll just press this over here. One more time, rename, arrow tool. Let's move that over to this side now. I'm going to place it around here. I'm just going to move this a little bit so you can see what's going on here. I might just enlarge it a tad over here and place it there. Let's go back again and duplicate. Rename 4, arrow tool, rotate, might scale it down a little, rotate a little bit more. Alright, so let's just grab leaf green 1, I'll duplicate this, rename. I'm going to call this pink, leaf pink 1. Grab the arrow tool, we'll move this. I'm going to rotate it, take it down in size a tad, and I'll open this up, select this layer here, select the pink, and I'll drop the pink onto this leaf here. Here I can go to the multiply layer. I might just take down the opacity just a little bit more. Alright, so I'll close this. I'll duplicate this, rename, leave pink 2, arrow tool, move that, rotate, take it down in size a tad, rotate it a little bit more. Just going to select leaf green 4, I think it was, duplicate, rename, we'll call this yellow, leaf yellow, arrow tool, move it up here, maybe change the angle a tad, reduce in size. I'll open this up, select this layer here, select that second color from the left, and drop that color on this leaf here. Now I'll use the abrasive shader, add around 12%, second color from the right. Going to select the Acorn 1 group, open it up. Let's select this layer here, create a new layer on top, clipping mask. We're just going to add this really gorgeous texture to the acorn. And just a little bit more around the leaf to lift it slightly. And let's close this one, open Acorn 2, and we'll do the same, new layer, clipping mask. And let's add this beautiful texture. Bumpy inker, add around 26 or 27%, the lightest color in the center. Close this group. Let's go to this speech bubble group, select this layer here, make sure we've got that brush selected. And we're just going to add some text, keep warm, to the speech bubble. For the next job, I'm going to use this really cool brush, distress brush, add around 14-15% is fine. I'll select this brown color here. Let's select this layer here, create a new layer on top, clipping mask, and let's add this beautiful texture to this speech bubble. Actually, I just want to go back. It looks like the clipping mask was not selected. Clipping mask. I just want to zoom in on that. How cool is that texture that we've added? Alright, so for the next step, I'm going to use the fuzzy filler, add around 60% or so. Select this color in the center. Let's go to the sketch group and just turn on border. And I'm going to create this gorgeous border using this brush, but I just want to close this group and select that group, create a new layer on top, select that, just pop that on top here, select that, let's go to the brush, and we're just going to create this gorgeous border for our illustration. You can increase the size just to fill it in the center. I'm just going to turn the sketch layer off just so I can see what it's looking like. And it's looking pretty good. I might just take it down in size a tad and just round it off. I might take it down a little bit more. So I've got a little bit more control over what I'm doing here. And I might extend it just a little bit here. So I might just now grab the distressed brush and I'll just select a pure white for this. So I'll teach you a trick, so just select any color just outside of this area here, and when we double click here it selects a pure white for us. So I'm just going to add this beautiful texture here and there. And now let's create a new layer on top. I'm going to use the blotch tool, the pink color here. I'm just going to add this really cool texture on this brush just to the background, just here and there. I'm just going to grab the eraser. That's fine, yeah. I'm just going to erase it back just here and a little here. The rest is fine. Let's check our drawing. Tap 4 fingers to get rid of all of the tools so we can see our gorgeous drawing. Let's zoom in and check it out. Have a look at all the wonderful, beautiful texture that we've used throughout the illustration, and how about those colors? They're working pretty well together. So we've got that gorgeous texture in the background. Look at that texture in the acorn. We've got the branches, and then the text. We've got that beautiful bumpy inker for the text. Just got these gorgeous details everywhere. I really enjoyed drawing this whimsical acorn scene together. If you had fun too, let me know by liking the video and subscribing for more Procreate tutorials. Until next time, happy creating!